Good day, awesome folks. Welcome to Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle number 4. This is going to be the first post-comm of the Honest Wi-Fi battle series. And this is going to be against Dave, aka Shroomraver. If you don't know Shroomraver by now, then who are you? Where have you been? He's a real fun guy. And he makes some great content, and he's a fantastic battler. We have battled him before on the channel. If you have not seen those battles, I recommend you check them out, because we've had some close-ass games. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm bringing you guys a post-comm today, partly because I want to try and get a lot of recording done today, and also because I figured after the 51-minute epic Wi-Fi battle you had a couple of days ago, that you could probably do with something a little bit shorter this time, a little bit easier to digest. Something you can just drop in, watch for 8 minutes, and then just be like, yeah, that was a fun battle. I enjoyed that, and now I also have time to do other things for the rest of the day. Anyway, without further ado, let us introduce the teams. We have the standard Life Orb, Fake Out, U-Turn, etc. Persian. Thank you, Dundeel, for making me realize how amazing Persian is, because before I watched him use Persian to such great effect, I didn't really give it much of a chance. I feel kind of bad for that. We have the same Torkoal that was such a star in the battle against Anima, with the exact same set, as you can probably imagine, physically defensive. We have here a specially defensive Toxicroak with... Toxicroak? Seismitoad with Toxic and Stealth Rocks and Scald and a thing. Earth Power, maybe? Yes, Earth Power. Life Orb Contrary Superior, need I say more, with HP Fire, Giga Drain for recovery from the Life Orb damage, and fourth move that I can't remember. We have Pikachu... Belle? Is that what this is called? Pikachu in a dress. We have Pikachu in a dress with attacks and stuff. I can't remember the exact set right now because I'm a scrub. It's got Knockoff, it's got Quick Attack, Volt Takaru, I believe, and maybe Volt Switch. And Hariyama! I think, what did I give this bad boy? I think I gave this bad boy a Life Orb. Yeah. But he's got Bullet Punch, Close Combat, and Ice Punch, and another move. And then Dave here has a Magmar, which I presume is going to be some kind of special attacker, special sweeper. The Swordsbuck, usually, very often, Swords Dance, Baton Pass, maybe Swords Dance, straight up attack. This thing does have a fairly decent move pool. We've got Pseudo Widow. Now, if you guys are Shroomraver fans, you'll know that he can use Pseudo Widow to very great effect. He is very skilled with the wood. So I was quite scared there. And obviously, for Alligator, as always, an intimidating presence to see on the opposite side of the battlefield. I was really worried that there was going to be some Dragon Dance Lum shenanigans going on there. Cryogonal, a mon I absolutely love that does not get enough play, does not get enough love. I think it's got some decent bulk, it's got a nice move pool actually, and it's got potential for a lot of sets. You know, Choice Specs, Assault Vest, Rapid Spinning, Awesomeness, you know, lots of cool stuff you can do with that thing. And Standard Rotom, a mon you do not see often, and considering in this tier, he could have used another Rotom form if he so desired, so it's very interesting that he chose to go for the Ghost type. Okay, so let's start the battle and see how it goes, and not drop your pop guard on the keyboard, sis. It's not here. That's not here. So Persian comes out first, because obviously it is obvious, let's be honest here, guys. I wasn't trying to do anything too fancy, but of course what I should have done is realised that my friend here was probably going to lead with his Ghost type to counter my normal type lead with the Fake Out, etc. But I did kind of think, well, we have Bite. You know, if he stays in, a Bite is going to do some intense damage. So we managed to get the Rotom to switch out with the Volt Switch, although that was probably his plan from the word go. We get a Bite off on this thing. It does nowhere near enough, actually. That's a Technician boosted Bite from a Persian. A Life Orb Persian. Unless that's some kind of bulky Gator, maybe it is a bulky Gator, because he stays in, no D-Dance predicting the switch, he could have taken a hit from us. Instead he stays in and goes for a superpower, and I found that quite strange. Unless maybe he was expecting a switch of some sort. I would have personally just gone for the Waterfall or something, because that would have taken us out from that range. I'm pretty sure, you know, I mean, we were quite low on health. But hey-ho, what do I know? So we obviously sent in Pikachu right now to threaten out the Alligator. I was terrified of some kind of Dragon Dance scenario going on. So now in comes Inzaption, and I gotta say, this is one of my most favoritist predictions of the year, because I had a feeling this is what he'd bring in to take our Electric type move, which was fairly obvious. Or even maybe if we had like a Grass Knot or something, I think Pikachu gets that. I saw him for the knockoff, hoping the Rotom would come in. I didn't know that it would KO, but wow, that evaporated. This thing comes in, and I don't want to stay in against it, because often these things can be Assault Vested, and they have moderate-ish bulk. As it is, and we don't have anything to hit it super effectively, although we should have stayed in and gone for a knockoff in hindsight. But Torkoal does look like such an attractive switch, because I thought we'd wall in really well. But actually that did a lot more damage than I was expecting. Now I know Torkoal is physically defensive, but I was expecting that to do maybe 10-20% less than it did. But with lefty's recovery it's negligible. I wasn't expecting the substitute, but as soon as I saw the substitute, I started to suspect because he doesn't have the lefties, he probably has a berry. Some kind of boosting berry, and that scared the living bejesus out of me, quite honestly, with your friends. Now, questionable plays are questionable. I do decide to switch out here, giving him a potential turn to set up something. I can't remember what setup moves this thing gets. Pretty sure it at the very least gets, like, I don't know, something, a move that boosts the powers. Yeah, so he goes for a Focus Blast now. Excuse me while I rub my eyes. He goes for Focus Blast now, and that does actually not very bloody much. Now, I know it's not stabbing this thing's for death, but still, that damage is minimal. And I was very, very happy with this. It's made me happy in my special place. Now, this does force him to withdraw, which is fantastic, because if you force your opponent to withdraw when they're behind a sub, wasted HP, basically, and I love it. This thing does come in, which is obviously not something we want to be staying in on. It takes an Earth Power. How well does it take it? So well, I actually debated that it might be Assault Vest, but then I remembered, we're not investing in special attack, it is resisted. I let it off, it's probably not Assault Vest. And we'll soon find out, my friends, that our initial suspicions and the most recent assertion coincide. Definitely not Assault Vest, because it launches a Swords Dance. It's waving its blades all around its face and getting all intimidating. And I'm not about that life, honestly. Not even a little. Not even like this much about that life. So we do decide to switch out. The reason I switched out, even though this thing is physically defensive, is because I was fearing perhaps a super effective move or him setting up more, and I didn't think we would be able to take him down in one hit. Now, I also switched into this guy, expecting him to want to Baton Pass to something else right now. Maybe the Magma, but why the Magma, right? Maybe the Magma, but why the Magma? But even if it is this big bamboo-y beast, which actually is a really, really good idea, because this thing has so much potential for power. Now, I was hoping against all hopes that we would be able to take an attack from this thing, even though we were specially defensive. Problem being, I completely forgot about Woodhammer. It makes complete sense for it to get Woodhammer, I guess, even though it's really just a rock shaped like a tree. But yeah, he gets Woodhammer and it destroyed our souls. Squash frogs, people. Put a fork in it, it's done. I'm sorry, Seismitoad, you gone. I felt really bad for that, actually, because that was a waste of a Seismitoad. Seismitoad is such a fantastic mon. I love the Swift Swim set. Swift Swim, Timid with Choice Specs. Molto bene. Absolutely fantastic set. Earth Power, Surge Bomb, and things. Anyway, so we stay in here with, we come in here with a Hariyama. Now, I know for a fact we'll be able to take any one move from this thing, even at +2. So now we decided to go for a nice and sexy close combat. Maybe a questionable play. Maybe the Bullet Punch would have been the better play right here, because that would have been super effective and probably would have KO'd from that range. But at the same time, I didn't really want to risk it. That thing's at +2. It's potentially extraordinarily scary.com/raw. So yeah, I just wanted to get rid of it, really. So now we are in a bit of a sticky wicket, because Hariyama cannot take a hit from this thing, but Hariyama could be very useful later on. So we decided to switch in Torkoal here as a nice hard check. It's a hard check, because it's not a counter. It does check it. Actually, technically, the only reason it checks it is because of some very unfortunate times that are about to occur, as you'll see in just a moment, friends. It's not over. It's not over. I feel so bad for this. I cry every time. I can't watch. Here we go. Oh, twice in a row! How unfortunate. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Shroomy. That's not cool. That is not the slightest bit cool. And we actually break the sub with 2 lava plumes, which I am quite impressed with, honestly, because this is not an offensive Torkoal. It's resisted. You know, the bulk is not unimpressive on Magmortar. Yeah. So he sets up another sub right now. I wasn't sure if he was on 25% or maybe just under, but he was on 25%. And our initial suspicions are proven to be correct. He does have a boosting berry, which, yeah, is kind of scary those times. But now, may the hacks be ever in your favor, because it's a crit. Oh, a crit. And we break the sub. Now, this means, unfortunately for our buddy here, even though he is about to land the Focus Blast, we managed to survive it because we are bulky as hell, and we get the Lava Plume off him because he's not behind the sub and he doesn't have much HP. The Lava Plume is more than enough to KO! Goodbye, Magma! And how incredible. I mean, thanks to a little bit of hacks, Torkoal, a non-offensive Torkoal, wiped the floor. Wiped the floor with that bad boy. God damn. But now in comes Steve. And Steve is definitely going to be far too much for us to handle. Now at this point, I stayed in because I didn't want to switch and let him just get a Dragon Dance up for free. I was going to Lava Plume and hope for the burn. But no, he just straight up waterfalls. I'm under the suspicion that this is not Dragon Dance. Maybe it's an Assault Vest set. That could be a thing. So we figure this is the best time for switching Serperia because he doesn't have anything that wants to switch into a Leaf Storm, really, and then take a HP Fire. So I figure use a Leaf Storm. It's all hunky-dory happy days. But no, because we forgot about the Sap Sippers! Forgot about the Sap Sippers! Nah! I can't believe I forgot about the Sap Sipper, to be honest, and that devastated me. It humbled me. I was on a roll. I was like, yeah! Victory is on the cards. And then, no. It just got snatched away like a lollipop from a baby. But yeah, luckily we do manage to get the HP Fire off, and he baton passes out. I would have probably hard switched, honestly, just in case. You know, he probably could have saved himself a lot of pain right there. And I'm really quite confused by what he was expecting here. I mean, maybe he just wanted to get some damage off, hoping that maybe that would be the deciding factor between being able to take this thing out and not. But yeah, regardless, we do manage to get a nice Leaf Storm off on this thing, which means we don't need to try and go for any risky Leaf Storms in the future. Or not that we can, because I do believe the last mon that he has is the Sap Sipper, if I remember correctly. No, it's not. Of course it's not. He has the Cryogonal. The Cryogonal is a scary beast. We are at +2. We do have a super effective HP Fire with Life Orb boost, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. That is not nearly going to be enough. Look at that little sliver. He can't let it go. Let it go. He just keeps on fighting, keeps on kicking my ass. No, like I say, I love this mon. Look at that. It took a +2 HP Fire from a Life Orb Serperia. Not even bad. I mean, fair enough, if we'd been modest, it would have KO'd. And I'm not sure if that was a min roll or not. But still, he does go down to a residual damage, which is always a happy time. It was a happy time indeed. So now Hariyama's in, and his only mon remaining is Angry Humor. Now, question. Can Angry Humor take Stealth Rocks damage? No. Those rocks dug right into his ghoulies. And that is going to be the end of the Bataru. So thank you very much, Shroomraver, for the battle. You are supremely awesome, and I love you, my friend. You always bring great teams, and we have such fun times on the battlefield. Shroomraver, guys, please go and check out his YouTube. It'll be in the description. Also, I will put his tweeters down there, and you should follow that too, because, you know, he's a nice guy and stuff. If you like this battle, please leave a like. If you did not like this battle, it's okay. But dislike the video then. Honestly, the feedback's important. And most of all, if you leave one of those ratings, leave a comment to let me know why you left one of those ratings, because that will help me, it'll help the channel, and hopefully if you stick around, it'll help you too. So yeah. Oh, hello, new subscribers, by the way. We gained about 20 overnight. Thanks, Anima. You're a legend. Yeah, so, hello, old and new. Free for to mingle in the comment section, get to know each other. Anyway, I love you all. Have a great day. More content coming your way later today. I will be having more Road to the Xenoverse. I want to do some Showdown, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. Also, I need to talk to you guys about an important Kickstarter announcement that I need to run by you all and hopefully scrounge some money off you from... Not for me personally, of course. It's going to be for some of you that follow me on Twitter may know about the animation, but it's about the animation, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Anyway, I am finally going to shut up. I love you all. Thank you for coming by. Goodbye.